You posted kind of recent, yeah?
2.1 billion.
Shut up.
I know, that's what we say.
No, there's not. It's not.
No, that's what we said. And we have another video with 1.1 billion. We have another video that is about to hit 1 billion.
These are chunky percentages of the world's population.
Here's the thing. So I think, yeah. Hold on a second.
He said he maintains that he has the best feet in the social media.
I have the cleanest feet on social media. No, hold up, but fuck the majority. They're wrong. My feet are, my ankles might be a little weird and thick for athletic stabilization. Stop! Welcome back to Impulsive, the #1 podcast in the world. We're about to hit 2 million subscribers. Come on, can you guys just fucking subscribe? Like
you need a controversy. You need a controversy. Or like a big, really, really, really big
We just gotta make a good push for it, dude. The Impulsive Clips channel. Shout out Caleb, who's doing it for us.
Oh my God,
doubled in subscribers. So actually, if you're not going to subscribe to this, at least go to Impulsive Clips and get the short little tidbits of the best highlights of the show.
Subs are tough sometimes. Like, remember how long it took me to get the night shift subs?
Yeah, we'll do. I'm gonna be honest, bro. The podcast is a marathon, not a sprint. I'm gonna be doing this shit when I'm 35, 40 years old, just sitting here talking with Mike, who's gonna be 90 at the time.
Yeah, 160.
So yeah, dude. Yeah, my feet are sick. Like, fuck with me. But apparently they're not. I don't know. Yo, we met when we were traveling recently. We went to Connecticut and I met your family, baby Chasey, your nephew, for the first time.
Yeah.
And I realized, I think, why I like interacting with kids so much. Now this is kind of fucked up, but I'm just gonna say it. Like, you take your average child, and then you take me. I am the superior human.
Most of the 98%. Yeah, 98, 99% of the time.
Most of the time, bro.
Yep.
And so it's fun to watch them learn how to be human and how to interact with a moron such as myself. Like Chase would just walk around doing his thing, like trying to play the instruments. And then I'm like, yo, Chase, you got no rhythm, bro. And so then I play the instrument better than him, if I do say so myself. And then I'd take like a balloon and I'd keep it in the air better than him. And then I'd smack him in the head with it a couple of times. He's like, oh, why is this bit larger man hitting me? And like, I don't know. I think there's something to be said about my intelligence.
Did it make you feel like you agree with your with your ongoing thought that you want to have a kid? Do you still want a kid after spending some time with him?
It's funny. So at the first 20 minutes, I was like, this is great. This kid, he's so full of energy, just wants to play with dumb toys all day. And then 25 minutes, I was like, I don't know if I like him anymore.
You literally just hit the nail on the head with that statement. That is, you want a kid until you have to spend more than 25 minutes with it. You want a kid the same way you want to build like the Ruth Gertrude machine.
Yeah, I don't want to.
Where the dominoes
really
fall over,
yeah.
or like I bet you have the same feeling about learning how to play the banjo,
yeah.
Mowing the lawn yourself, like that kind of stuff. You're like, yo, that sounds dope. But then as soon as you start doing it, here's the problem. The return policy on children is fucking stiff, bro.
You know why? Because you're giving a human so much of your energy. Like I felt like he drained me afterward. Like he didn't stop, bro. It could be because he had red hair. He's a ginger.
It's funny because I have a human that's been draining me a lot lately too.
Oh, nice. That's a good. It was you talking about Lana?
Yeah, just sexualness.
Yeah.
How's that been going for me?
I have to give a quick apology to my cousin Will, who we also visited when we were in Connecticut. Will was the person who you may have heard us on the show talk about got in a very serious car accident. He fell asleep at the wheel and then got ejected in his seat from the car. The car is completely totaled. We have no idea how he survived. It was one of those like miracle stories. And while we were in Connecticut, we went to visit him. He's obviously still recovering, broke his neck, both his feet.
That was such a funny interaction.
Well, because we walked in, bro, and mind you, I haven't seen Will. He's like my second cousin in 4 to 6 years. And it's that time period where he was like 14 the last I saw him. Now he's 19. Guess what happens between that time?
Growth.
Puberty.
Heavy
puberty,
growth.
right?
Yeah.
So there's 3 kids there. 2 of them I recognize. Clearly. I'm like, hey, what's up? Like I text him. And I'm like, yo, what's good? And I go to Will, and somehow I missed the fact that he had his leg propped up in his boot. And I said, hey, nice to meet you.
He's the reason we were there.
I go, yo, nice to meet you. And then I look around the room, I meet the 2 other kids, and then I look at this kid in the boot. I'm like, oh, no fucking way, dude. What happened? Like these kids all grew up right before my eyes. And so, Will, I'm sorry for not recognizing you because you're my cousin and all.
We had a touch point with one of those kids there too. What was his fucking name? The one that you followed on Instagram. What was his name?
He peer pressured me,
Peer
bro.
pressure you. He's I think what 17, 18 years old.
19.
He graduated high school, and we were talking to him about what he wants to do next in life, what his career is going to be, or what he's interested in. And his answer was, "I have no idea. No idea. I don't have a thought whatsoever. I'm just working at the local church." And it brought me right back to being that age and having no fucking clue.
Yeah.
And I know for a fact that there's so many people in our audience, like a massive part of our audience that's watching the show right now that's in that same place. What did we end up telling him?
I asked him this.
We went through a whole exercise.
I picked his brain. I said, "What do you like?" He's like, "I don't know." I go, "What do you like? Anything. Do you like talking to people? Do you like selling things? Do you like having to figure out why a bridge holds up the way it, like anything?" Because when I was younger, I liked making videos, and it wasn't realistic until all of a sudden it was. And like, literally, could have said anything. He could have been like, "Yo, I like sewing garments upside down," and I would have given him anything. But
he had nothing.
He's just unsure of his interests because. And I fear this happens with a lot of millennials and Generation Z nowadays. Yeah. Their interests may not prove to be a significant job that can support them for the rest of their life. I think you're saying that. I hear you saying it, but I also think that if you at least are able to find out what your passion is, I'm a firm believer that there's a way to make money out of everything on this planet. Everything. Like once you find out what you truly like, you can do it. Yeah, you just got to get that life hack.
Yeah, facts.
I want to dive into this more. That's like a full on like.
Yeah,
podcast
maybe we talk to. Yeah, okay.
Yeah. All right, guys, let's bring on our guest. He's got 22.7 million followers on Instagram and 34 million on TikTok. I actually can't believe this. I didn't know you had that many followers. He's a digital magician, garnering billions of views with his insane edits. He's actually edited a few of my most viral videos back in the Vine days, and here to tell us his secrets, it's Zach King.
Woo! Thank you for having me.
Thanks for coming on, bro. We walked in and Zach's like, "Hey, it's been some time, right?" It feels like a decade.
The last time,
oh god,
we really hung out and started filming. We made a bunch of videos in actually my garage. Like we were shooting. I think one of them was shooting lasers out your chest for a superhero thing.
Yes,
we did. Some of you, one of the ones that took off was you crossing the street.
I have it here,
ducking and like.
I have it pulled up.
Yeah, you got it.
So this was one of my first videos that went crazy viral on Facebook.
Look at this fucking
and Zach actually edited this. I just fell for the hook.
Holy shit, you got smoked
by myself.
There we go. I put it at the end though. Dude, those moves. Can you still do that?
I don't think I can, bro. I don't think so. But I remember filming this, and this was the first time I experienced your magic.
You were on set like, why am I doing this ridiculous stuff with no cars coming at me?
Because that's what it was. I was doing these splits and jumps with no cars. And then you shot the cars after, right, like a plate. Yeah, and then you added the camera shake to make it look. I don't even want to get it because I'm such a noob with this shit. But
I hope no kids, now that because you were popular, but you were nowhere near the popular you are now, and I hope no kids saw that and was like getting nailed.
I can jump under a car.
Yeah, I can do what Logan does. Yeah. Jump over cars. And
this audience is a little bit older. But I could see a grandmother doing it too. Like, yo, Logan Paul jumped over that car. I can do it too, Sonny.
But yeah, bro, it's been a minute, and to see you blow up the way you have, because same shit. Like you were massively popular, but then on Instagram specifically, you started to take off. Again, you have 22.7 million followers, which is insane. I didn't even know you had 34 million on TikTok. You got to be one of the top creators.
Number two.
Who's number one?
Number two, Lauren Gray.
Oh my god!
She's number one
on TikTok.
I think we're number three because who's ahead of all of us is like a TikTok account.
Okay,
but out of creator accounts,
that is insane. Congratulations!
It's absolutely insane. Yeah.
Are you getting recognized in the street like crazy?
You know what's weird? Yeah. So ever since, YouTube and Vine especially, I used to go, it literally changed overnight on Vine. And I remember I joined Vine. You guys were early, phase one Vine. I was phase two. I remember getting flack for it too. I was 9 months in and that was the comment, like, "You're 9 months late, dude, get off." It went away after a couple years, but I used to get chicken wings. I used to bike to Albertsons, the grocery store, because they have bomb, like grade A wings. And every day we'd get lunch and do my own business. I was on YouTube, but no one recognized me. All of a sudden, Vine, like literally in the first couple weeks, go to Albertsons and like kids are coming up and like, oh my gosh, you're on Vine. But you know, I've had the ex-Viner, that label for a long time. It's just on the street still. It's, hey, you're the guy from Vine.
Shut up, still?
Yeah, still.
Oh no.
You know, it's still on YouTube. But now it's actually switched to, hey, you're the guy on TikTok.
Do you like that better?
You know, it's a label's a label. I don't care, but it's just weird to see that's where people are finding, like, knowing me from.
Yeah. Bro, you have no idea. Like, I'm actually positive you do have an idea. I don't know why you said that, but like, it's definitely weird to see where people recognize you from. We were in Connecticut again recently, and this girl who was serving us was like, hey, were you in that movie The Thinning, which is like a YouTube Red movie I did
from like 4 years ago?
I was like,
she was like, that's a great movie.
That's my favorite YouTube original.
So strange. I'm like, that's what she recognized you from?
It was odd, but it's been so cool because I think the thing that makes you so special and so big is your creativity. Would you agree? Like, what do you think about your content? I want to show a little clip here. I like this one with the polar bear.
Oh, the polar bear. Yeah.
Hey, wow, can I get a photo?
Sure.
Cool. Say cheese.
Cheese! Oh, he's friendly. Buddy, it's not real cheese. It's just a saying.
And it actually was. She was friendly.
Was that a real polar bear?
Yeah, does it look like a CG? Okay, there's comments. People say
it looks
that
real.
is the fakest CG polar bear I've ever seen. So we went through that option of what would it be like to make a CG polar. It would have been, $50,000, and would have looked still like the lost polar bear if you remember that thing coming out of the field. Like, it looks so bad.
Right.
But yeah, that's a real polar bear. You go on set. Her name was Edna, and she's like 25. She's one of the oldest polar bears, the only polar bear in the North America that you can film with, and the animal handler is super cool. He's like this rugged Canadian. We had to go to Canada to film this, and this is on a backlog. You can't obviously have polar bears running around. But yeah, it's pretty fun getting. If you ever get a chance, you guys got to go up there.
Why
this guy's ranch?
Why a polar bear and not just a regular bear?
Well, so it was not the time. Polar bears, apparently, we just filmed this a couple months ago. They're in hibernation, and so are grizzly bears. And so grizzly bears were. The other one was
they were busy.
It could be too. Well, the guy was like, it could be a little too grumpy. Like, I don't know. Like, I'm not fully. And if he's not comfortable being on set, I'm not going to be on set with the bear.
Were you scared there?
So my heart was racing, but yeah, I was terrified.
Did you?
I was just gonna say we just swam with tigers
last
week.
And how was that? Was that terrifying? Like, in some majestic way, right?
Bro, I mean, like, how fucking tame are these wild animals realistically?
Was it
like,
the guy down in Australia or?
No, this was in Florida.
Okay.
But like you were standing next to this thing. I wrestled a bear once, and the day before I did it, I got caught on Facebook in like a loop of like tame bears attacking their trainers and humans. It was horrifying. Dude, these things can snap at any moment.
Any moment, yeah. So the animal trainer, he's standing right off to the side with like, he's got chains on his chest. I don't know what he would use them for.
Did y'all set up a boundary?
Yeah, there's a boundary. It's electric fence.
Yeah.
So I guess like if I'm trying to jump it, I would also not be able to. I don't know about that design then. But
it's not actually
safe for
electric.
the crew.
It's not
it's
actually.
not?
No, the one they set up is not actually. He's trained in an electric thing that looks identical to it.
Oh, so it's like they would turn it on if they had to.
Yes. Yeah. But anyways, I guess the root of the question is like, what do you think about your work and your content has made you so immensely successful, more so than like blatant personalities, daily vloggers, musicians, and like quite literally one of the top creators on the biggest platform in the world right now?
I think it comes down to like with magic. I did magic growing up in junior high and high school, and I never understood. Like, it was cool to turn a white dove, like a handkerchief, into a white dove, and like that, like the classical stuff, and pulling handkerchiefs out of your mouth. But I never understood like what's this. It's so random while it's impressive. And so to me, magic over the years, like that type, had lost its fun and its amazement, because you knew you were being tricked, but you didn't know just because you didn't know the sleight of hand. You just felt like, what was the story? And so for me, these videos are fun now because it's like, how do you make magic and that just amazement factor cool again and relatable in a story? So it's really finding like not just a cool trick, turning this water glass into a piece of cake, but it's like, is that part of a larger story? And if so, then it makes sense.
Would you consider yourself then a storyteller at heart?
Yeah, filmmaker, story. Yeah, for me, like if I were to go back, it's a good way, like 5,000 years, my job would be probably the guy memorizing some sort of story out of fire to entertain people. Because like my thing is that when I was a kid, I wanted to make people laugh. It was like making my family laugh, watching my home videos, as stupid and terribly created as they were. That was the goal. And so if I got my family to like love it, then I felt like this reassurance. And so that's why I like telling stories at the heart, is like getting people entertained.
I guess, so that's phenomenal and way impressive, but your stories are much more than just that. Like the editing that goes into them. How did you get interested in becoming this special effects editor? Because that is such a rare craft.
You know, I started to actually stand out when I did Final Cut for many years growing up, and I would, back when there was no video tutorials, and that's how I started on YouTube. I was uploading these, like what I was learning, putting it on YouTube. There was no AdSense. This is 2007, and they had just rolled out a private like partner program for people, and I wasn't even in that, so I was just uploading for free. Had a small audience, and about 40,000 subscribers in, I noticed the comments, and it was like, dude, you're making these cool special effects, but you need to teach, like, put a little demo film in the beginning. And that was the tease for me to like create this video called Jedi Kittens Strike Back. It was just the narrative with like literally a lightsaber effect that I had created. And then, you know, I posted that and it went viral, and it kind of switched my mode from tutorials to like, maybe I can make these short films. And then YouTube AdSense came out at the time. So it's always been like, but for visual effects in itself, I always wanted to stand out in film school. So when I was going to my director class or my editorial class, you had to sit with 40 people and play your film in front of everyone. And it was like way more nerve wracking than your video going out to millions of people now. Like for some reason, like sitting with your classmates, you want to have the best work. And I like wanted something just to like a little pizzazz added to it. And I was like, well, what can I do? I went online, like there's this program called After Effects where you can really spice it up, like beyond Final Cut. And I started, the magic wasn't born there, but just doing the like, I was doing Freddie W type stuff, like explosions and muzzle flares.
Did you look up to him?
Oh, totally. Him and Brandon were like paving the way for my career.
For sure.
And I remember I had a really, like, it was monumental in my life going to a taco place. They came out, and I was potentially going to like, thinking about working with them, but we kind of had like a informal lunch interview, and I remember they said, like, if you continue the YouTube thing, like put yourself in front of the camera. And at the time I was literally like, kind of like your stuff, I was behind the camera, like helping creators like you film and do this special effects. But he was like, you got to go in front of the camera, like it'll help watermark this style that you're creating. And so literally went in front of the camera the next week, and still, like, I'm not like you, I don't want to be an actor, but I got put, and now it's kind of, that's the role I'm cast in.
I was going to say, well, because you are in your videos, and you happen, along with your like immense VFX talent, to be like a likable dude with charisma and on-camera personality. And I think that's the combo that makes you stand out.
I'm glad that's there, because I'd prefer to be, you know, back here behind the camera.
Really?
Yeah, it's way more comfortable.
But you do a good job of it.
Yeah, over the years you get more comfortable, but like in the beginning, dude, I just literally want to only be behind camera. It's fun too, because you can frame up the shot. I don't know how they're framing up my shot right now.
Yeah, you do. You direct all your shit, I'm sure, or like have a hand in it.
But I can't make an adjustment. I don't know. There's something about the full control is like, for me, behind the camera.
Okay, so then what now? Because you've established this. I mean, like you're Zach King, but do you want to? Are you going to direct? Or
now I'm stuck. Now I'm doing the magic thing for the rest of my life. I can't pivot out of that.
Well, no, it's just, I guess you have this model and this platform that is working to like the highest level. If you go to direct a movie, will you be as successful? I'm sure. But like,
there's that fear.
There has to be some sort of fear.
Yeah, you're like, I mean, in some way, what can measure up to the same success, unless you're going up for winning Oscars, which that's a whole other journey. I do want to tell longer form stories, and I guess the core of me wants to make stuff, wake up every day, as corny as it could sound or trite as it sounds, to love what I'm making. And so if that's magic videos for another 5, 10 years, 20 years, awesome. If one day I wake up and it's just not doing that creative juice for me, and it's telling longer form stories, or maybe it's something totally, I think it's always gonna be creative and kind of the outside of the, like, I always want that element of like, whoa, I didn't see the world in that way. What if we make a coffee shop that's like the most magical coffee shop in the world? I'd be down. But yeah, it's like a mix of that and what's the story element added to it.
Got you. Very cool. And you've managed to obviously do an awesome job of turning this into a business. You have a studio. I'm
Yeah,
sure.
we have a studio and a team in LA, but we stay more towards Orange County.
Okay.
Part of
how
that,
many people do you have working for you?
I think 15 full time, and then
Damn.
we do some production. So we do a lot of commercials. Whether it's some on my channel, but we do a lot where like right now we're doing a thing in Germany, and like none of you will ever know we've done it, but it's like it's actually fun too because I'll usually be in them, and then we'll produce them or do the post production, and we'll write them. But it's fun little nuggets to drop for like the German audience. They'll see it and they'll be stoked. They'll be like, and they'll know
He's
it's
not
custom
here.
because like it'll get redubbed in German, or I'll have to speak some weird, like learn some German thing. But for them, they feel like, oh, sweet, Zach came to Germany, shot this thing locally, and now it's airing for 6 months.
That's cool.
It's the business model is kind of it's not just AdSense, or it really can't be still. Like you can't have one bucket of AdSense or one bucket in merch or one. It's kind of spread out.
Yeah, you've diversified. So is it a production company?
Yeah, it's a production company. It's I could describe it as that, and it's a mix of, I call it a studio, but like
do you guys have a sales team pitching? Because you do a lot of brand deals.
Yeah,
and you're really good. You're probably the most brand friendly and B brand effective creator online.
Like that video, the polar bear video was a brand video.
Was it really?
For
10 million views.
Dr. Doodle. Yeah.
Oh my God. Did you see that movie?
I haven't seen it yet. I heard it didn't do that well, actually.
Bro,
we usually get to watch
do
screeners.
me a favor.
Is it? Yeah.
Just never see that fucking movie.
Is it not good?
No matter what happens in your life. Like even if you,
What? So what?
dude, if they're like, yo, you're gonna lose your TikTok account, and Charlie D'Amelio's gonna poop on you if you don't fucking watch, just take the poop, dude. You cannot see this movie. Your life will have no meaning.
If there's animals in it, I gotta see it.
No. Go play with some. Go to a zoo, pet a dog, play with some fucking ducks. Do not see the fucking movie, dude. I'm warning you. We went to it we did a favor for a friend. We went and saw the fucking movie. He FaceTimed Robert Downey Jr. from the fucking thing, and man, it just was awful.
We actually left early.
We left it. Yeah.
No, that's such a shame.
Yeah.
They did not do the Dr. Doolittle legacy proud.
Because I remember the old books and I remember the old movie, and it was magical as a kid. Like
Eddie Murphy?
No, the one before
way back.
that,
Yeah, facts,
like from
facts,
the
right.
60s,
Yeah,
69.
But the Eddie Murphy ones were great too.
Yeah, those ones were great too.
Fantastic.
It was I don't even know what it's just confusing. I don't even know where to start.
It was also rated PG, right? And so like you lost.
Might have been even G. And you said at that point you'll never see another G movie again in your life.
But it also
That's not true. Wait till you have kids.
Oh, true.
You will watch a lot of G-rated movies.
That could be any time.
And there's some great ones though.
Really?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, so I'm pretty sure I have 2 kids, so I watch at 5 a.m. a movie every day with them. This morning we watched 101 Dalmatians, the old.
Fantastic.
But I think it's rated G.
Wait,
but actually, it's like dark too. It gets
it's like the Joker.
They'll always put like little hidden messages that like only adults will get in those kind of movies. I heard they're making a live action Bambi.
Really?
Yeah, and apparently the scene where
what is it, Jon Favreau doing it or something?
I don't know.
The Lion King.
Well, you remember from The Lion King how there was secret like weird symbols like the cloud
Back in the day,
sex
like
in the sky.
posters were inappropriate.
Yeah, there's like
Little
weird,
Mermaid and stuff.
Yeah, what the fuck?
Do you do that stuff with your content?
No, but we do put a lot of Easter eggs in them. So
really,
we make it so
like Fight Club, where he put the penis on the screen.
Not like inappropriate stuff. No, we put like some pretty fun stuff. If you follow like really closely in the background, you'll see same characters like who are. We kind of do it where people.
I see your wife all the time.
She's in some of them. Less lately because we have kids, but we'll put characters in the background, and the goal is like if you put them in a feature length format and someone figures out the order, there's like a story to the back character that you're actually like seeing their day in the life.
Oh my God.
What?
To make it like really trippy, there's like several back characters who can, and this is like way Easter egg stuff that, like literally a couple dozen people
on
a forum on Reddit have found. But it's fun. But
why do you do that? Why
it's
do
just
you take
fun.
the effort?
It's so much fun.
Like, do you whiteboard out this story?
No, but we talk about it. It'll be in a brainstorm. Be like, oh, and we got to bring back, that coffee guy. What happens later in his day? He's gonna walk through.
I had one of those things on my show. Was this mop? And now it's gone. Yeah, it was this mop that would just show up in like random scenes, but now it's gone. An industrial.
He
mop.
gave up. That's what I'm saying. It's good that you continue the through line.
Yeah,
but I love keep it going.
I love that kind of thinking. I've spent so many hours trying to sync up the Wizard of Oz and the Dark Side of the Moon Pink Floyd album because so many people have told me that they're supposed to sync
you
up.
read the forum where it said sync it up.
Yeah.
Did they have a time place?
Yeah, you're supposed to just there's like a time where it's supposed to enter. But I mean, even like Call of Duty, like on all the zombies, there's Easter eggs in everything.
Yeah.
and like I think all the true, like the really strong brands, like entertainment production agencies have.
Yeah, well, that's what I love with Pixar too. You know, they put like you'll see Wall-E.
I'm obsessed with those Easter eggs.
Those are great.
I've been stuck for hours in like a Pixar hole trying to figure out like the connection between each thing. It's fascinating.
Haven't we all? Yeah, that is. I love it. And I was trying to get the license plate. Actually, they have this number.
Yep.
It's like A0119, or I'm probably botching that, but I think it's something similar to that. But I was trying, when I got a new car, I was trying to get that license plate, but someone else has it.
What does it mean? What does it say? Like, what's the Easter egg?
So it was I think it was you should look it up. It wasn't an address.
No.
Was it the pizza?
The office in Pixar where they created a lot of the shit is a number they use a lot on stuff.
I love that.
Is it so the studio number? It's like an address.
Is it A113?
Yes. A113. That's the number.
Huh. And they just put it everywhere. Wow. See, it's there in Monsters Inc.
Well, what's the reason?
And the reasons the animated picture due to where they started their careers.
A113 was the animation classroom.
Oh, there you go.
Amazing.
That's so sick.
Institute of Arts.
How many animators do you have working for you?
We use a handful, 4 to 5 different animators. You know, animation is a skill that you when you think animation, you think Pixar, right?
Yeah.
Like character modeling and but there's animation in everything. Like literally, if I were to pour this water out, there would be a liquid simulation, and in a Hollywood movie, like 20 people would work on that simulation, like the way the light hit it, the way the water bounced, the viscosity of the water, and it would need animation. So animation is such a broad term, but
I'm and always have been so intrigued by animation, and especially with like Pixar. Like, bro, I'm like highly obsessed with Pixar and how many people work on the movies and how long it takes.
Insane.
It's insane. And I read this one thing. I think this was in Finding Dory. This octopus. So the octopus, as octopuses do, they can change color and camouflage to match their surroundings.
Yes.
And when this would go invisible, apparently that animation of like having to show the outline of the octopus, 8-legged sea animal, but also be blending in with the background took, I'm going to look it up here, but it took hours just to get that done.
Oh, I believe it. It took more than hours.
What's the longest that you've spent on a single project?
A couple months. We did this video for Apple, and it was funny. It was just a trailer for a project we did, and I really wanted to walk on the walls. And we were like, well, how can we walk on walls? Like there could be a person pushing you up, you could be on harnesses, but like the coolest way to do it was how Fred Astaire did it, decades ago. And he was in a rotating room, and like the room rotated, and what you do is you mount the camera, so fix it to the room so you can't tell as a viewer.
Was that in Inception?
Inception was like the biggest example of it.
With the long hallway thing.
It was crazy.
So we were like, we set out to find those. Little did we know, we found those guys. And when halfway through building it, they were like, "Oh yeah, we were the guys that did that. You saw the Inception, cool."
Sick.
So they built us like a quarter version of the
Yeah, because
Inception
the one
set.
on Inception was massive.
Massive.
Yeah.
So we got a little piece. It's literally like 25 feet high because it's a circle, and then you had to build the box inside the circle,
Right.
and then hook up a motor, and it spins.
Wild.
And so that's like those tricks where we build it for real.
Yep.
And it's literally just an in-camera trick. They're my favorite, but they take 6 months from like, hey, go make a rotating room to getting on set to film it.
That's crazy. God. Yeah, I said hours. I was already thinking.
It says
one
years.
scene took 2 years to animate.
Oh my gosh.
Because this fucking octopus. Like, at what point is it just not worth it, dude? Like, did you have to do an octopus?
What's that guy's problem?
The thing is especially about animators, I've learned is they love their craft so much, especially when you're getting that specific over the way the lighting is bouncing or the way it's tipping over. Like they love what they're doing. Yeah. And so that's the inspiring part for me. I look up to, and I get to go to Pixar once in a while to either see a screener or work with their marketing team. And it's like, I'm peeking in the rooms, like trying to get all the secrets from the next movies. But
you have any interest in taking part in a movie like that?
Yes,
somehow?
But you know what I'm bad? Like, my videos take like on average like less than a month to make, right? I would be dying sitting there for 5 years. As much as I would love the final film, 5 years making a movie like Toy Story 4 or whatever. Like, so later in life, I think I'll have that more patience and pride, like a lifestyle where I want to slow down a little bit in what I'm making. But right now,
you want to make TikToks.
Right now, I got to make TikToks.
What's
15
question
seconds.
for you? Is TikTok the next Vine? I've been spending a lot of time with these TikTokers.
Great question.
And they seem to think that TikTok's got another 12 to 16 months left in it before it's vamoosh and before it's going to be the next.
It's weird. Over the years, I've kind of stopped trying to like
predict,
psychoanalyze it so on like
sure.
a minute level. And to say it's the next Vine, I don't think that'll ever be true. There'll never be a platform that will be the next. Like, I think what people mean by that is like
the same
viral type virality. But even, I mean, TikTok has had a crazy global reach, but it's one of those things like I would meet people in real life who like overnight, it would be like, oh, I saw your last video you posted. And I don't have that same thing with some, like, there are times I've wondered, are the views on TikTok?
Oh my God. We talk
have
about it all
a
the
video
time.
that maybe the most watched video. I have no idea. It has let me show you this. It's the weirdest.
When did you
thing.
post it? I'm on your TikTok right now.
Okay, go down. It's a Harry Potter video. It
Is
says,
it you on a broom?
yes.
Wait, you posted kind of recent. Yeah.
2.1 billion.
Shut up.
I know, that's what we say.
No, there's not. It's not.
No, that's what we said. And we have another video with 1.1 billion. We have another video that is about to hit 1 billion.
These are chunky percentages of the world's
Okay, here's
population.
the thing. So I think,
like someone, like all these people in fucking Guatemala
I have
are
a
just
theory.
watching
I don't
you ride a
know
broom around.
if TikTok has officially said anything, but I mean, they're obviously got to be, they're loops. They're not views. And the other thing, so here's the weird thing. This video, look at the thumbnail. It says negative, like 2.1 billion views.
That's because people have been watching it in reverse, that individual video. And so it removes views.
Right. That's what happens.
Yeah.
So we looked into it. It's like apparently what happens when a platform doesn't have enough bit, like they're on a 32-bit system. And this happened apparently on Facebook and Instagram and all the early I don't know if it ever happened on Vine because we never hit 1 billion loops, but it's like they have to update their system to a third.
It's like a
64
Y2K
bit
situation
yeah,
where
like
you hit
the number,
1 billion and it
their
explodes.
platform can't calculate above that, so it's now like doing its own weird loop.
I heard that the TikTok views, it'll count it as a view if
it's on the feed.
1 second of the video starts to scroll. So like it starts to scroll and you pass it.
Well,
that's a view.
I mean, I don't know if Vine did that, but I feel like that was fair game for
not
Vine.
like a
But yeah, so the
percentage-based.
numbers are a little too insane. It's hard to.
See that one?
Yeah, I do have it.
I've been an
somewhere.
outspoken opponent of TikTok for a
Yeah?
long time now. but for
What's your main theory?
For- so-
Hey, Zach, is it this one?
Yeah, the Harry Potter one. Like my costume?
Yo, that's so cool. How are you doing that?
Got a Nimbus 2000.
Oh, I see. Wait.
Is that how you actually did that?
The longboard the whole time.
Zach, come on, man, get back here.
Wait,
fucking incredible.
this is crazy, dude. I don't even. Can we just dive into this for 1 second? How the fuck did you do this? You were on a
Saw it at
longboard.
the end. It was a mirror.
No,
It was a mirror.
I showed you exactly.
the magician won't reveal his tricks. It was a green screen.
Okay, we don't use green screen. My favorite thing about these videos is like the bait and switch. It's just you like get them to wonder like what's going on. You reveal it, but then the reveal isn't really a reveal that totally makes sense in your mind.
Right.
But there is a mirror there, and then that's
And there was magic involved. It wasn't just the mirror. That
Dylan, magic
there
isn't
might
real.
have there
know how
might
to
have been
tell you
another
this.
mirror. You just didn't see when we did a swap.
Nah, see, every time I try to figure out his videos, I just get a headache.
Yeah.
But what were you saying about you hating TikTok?
No, I've been an opponent of it just because, and you buck the trend of this, so this is not
he
going to
does.
apply to you at all. But I think that TikTok is a system and an application that has leveled the playing field, and it has made every single person who downloads the TikTok account a creator, a very good creator. Here's why.
a very good creator or a
On TikTok. On TikTok, you can be a very good creator, very highly followed, highly engaged. You can get brand deals by simply standing in front of a camera and lip syncing to the baby.
yeah. I don't think that makes you a good creator though.
On
TikTok it does.
And that's Roddy Ricch, of course, at the box. But
and
no, you buck.
whoa! Is this in game time? What was
But
that?
you
That's
buck
cool.
the trend. You are an actual creator. So you're right.
So-
They're not very good creators, but highly followed, highly engaged, highly spent upon.
Well, yeah, and I'm not gonna ever knock. Like, I mean, if that's someone's
Go ahead,
thing,
knock some
great,
kids,
but
dude.
I will say,
knock a kid.
I think it's the longevity thing. Like, if you want to make that a career, that will maybe work on TikTok
Facts.
for a little bit, and who knows how length it'll last? Maybe another 2 years if we're lucky. But yeah, I think then what are you gonna do? Take that on Instagram where that it's not gonna translate, or the next
Facts.
platform? I think the creativity and the storytelling, what you hit on earlier, is like that's always going to be tried and true.
That's the brand.
I was going to say you're the niche that you fill. You can hop to any platform, but if you're someone who's really good at like lip singing and dancing for like, there's just a lifespan on that. I mean, we've even seen it on Vine.
Our kids are gonna. That'll be a thing, or they'll be like, "Oh my gosh, I have all this blackmail on my parents."
It's hard to say because you watch it, and when I see like when I see that shit, I'm like, no, get away from me. Stop it right now. I'll report you.
Yeah, you keep watching.
No. Well, maybe, but these people are running the fucking world right now. They're on the Today Show. They're on Fallon. By the way,
what?
Yes.
Who?
Charlie D'Amelio and the Ray.
You're lying.
They were on the Today Show. Yeah.
Were they on? Who the fuck was on Fallon? Because I was on the Today Show during
I gotta do
shitty
my
Vine
research.
section.
Fallon may have been a stretch.
We're gonna fact check that, but they are taking over the world.
Today Show, yeah, facts. Addison Rae and Charlie D'Amelio. I mean, these are big up and coming TikTokers, and they're millions and millions and millions of hours of watch time on these fucking videos of them like throwing up a whoa, and then another one catches the whoa, and people are like, whoa, and they're like, yo, I want to spend. Brands are like, yo, I want to spend money on these fucking kids, but I'm sitting back and I'm like. The only other dude, like your shit is next level, like absolutely insane. Kudos, it's incredible. The other dude that I like on TikTok that has a big following is a guy that does food reviews. Is there any way you can find him?
I don't know his name.
He goes, he gets all different foods from different restaurants. He goes, buffalo wings, Buffalo Wild Wings, and then he goes, cheeseburger, McDonald's.
He's incredible.
And he takes a bite of it and then he goes, French fries.
He's incredible.
Does he rate them or
No,
that's all he does?
That's
all
he just says the name of the
love
food,
it.
takes a bite of
That
it, and then
could be
he
big.
goes, cheesy quesadilla from Taco Bell.
Yeah.
This
Does
guy's
he even
amazing.
show his face?
No, it does.
Okay.
He's a chunker.
Guy eating on TikTok.
That is what is fun about TikTok though, is like their algorithm is what's gold. Anybody, if you have good
said
enough
that.
content, it brings it to the top. And so you do get those kind of people. You're like, I would have never found this on YouTube or any other place.
That is a good. So its explore function is quite powerful.
Really powerful. But right now, like if I watch one Charlie video, it like is going to give me 20 more Charlie videos. And so I think it's fun to see their algorithm tweak. And
yeah,
like,
it tweaked on me because it was serving me fucking little kids doing dancing, and I'm like, I'm not that guy, dude. I don't want to watch these. Like, is there? And then people introduced me to the "Don't show me this" button.
Yeah,
and boy, that changed my life.
Do the not interested, and then it slowly like tailors to what you like.
Okay, because I also like the ones with the long face where their voice goes, and they like.
Yeah, see,
I just watch the most meaningless shit on that fucking thing.
Yeah,
dude.
there's some random like memes and trends that get made there that are fun, but.
Are you paying attention to that? Like, are you watching anyone on TikTok or elsewhere?
You know, I don't spend a lot. So, like, I wouldn't use social media if I wasn't doing what I'm doing
Really?
now. Like, I don't go on Facebook.
You
I
don't
go on
consume.
Facebook to like get my mom's messages that she keeps sending me about the coronavirus and stuff. But
You worried about that at all?
actually, I have a trip to Japan next month. It's a vacation, and I was gonna like. My dad's texting me like, "Hey, you got to cancel that."
It just passed the death toll. Just passed the SARS virus.
So I mean, yeah, that's
it's
definitely.
I think it's serious.
I didn't know in the beginning, like maybe even 3 weeks ago, if it was fake news or what was the deal with it. But yeah, definitely.
The guy who tried to
it's-
break
it's
the
serious.
story in
He
Wuhan
died, right?
died.
Oh, they killed him?
Who knows? Who knows? Another thing I will tell you is vacations to Japan can have profoundly tragic effects on your career. Like I would be.
We don't need to rehash.
Well, no. I'm just throwing it out there like a whoa on TikTok, dude. I'm just saying, you just might want to be mindful. Something to think about.
What
Maybe do Aruba instead.
Aruba.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just think no travel right now is maybe the best way to go.
1,000%.
I even just saw there's 2 people in LA who have the coronavirus. So
No.
maybe we're screwed.
You're in this room now.
And
Do you
both
think-
of them are in this room.
Do you
across
think
from
Corona
Zach.
has strangely taken any kind of brand hit as a result?
Corona, the city?
The beer.
The beer.
Yeah.
I was thinking the city.
Just because, like, I'm assuming there's probably some really dumb people out there who
I
have,
was in-
who
I was
have linked.
for sure. For
Do you know
sure.
what I'm
Yes,
saying?
absolutely.
And they're
bro.
like, I can't drink that Corona. I'm not giving that coronavirus.
I heard there if I'd go ahead and drink that Corona beer, you get that there coronavirus.
I'm not trying to get
went-
that, Johnny. Get
no
the Busch
joke.
Light like last week.
2 days ago to Panda Express, and the manager said they've had less business, and she thinks it's because it's a Chinese restaurant and people are associated with the coronavirus.
Oh, yeah,
Panda
for sure.
Express. I'll give them my business though.
Saw so many. I've been seeing so many masks on airplanes lately. It's like
I was wondering this. How effective are those little tiny single ply masks against like a very deadly viral illness?
Not.
Nah,
I haven't done the scientific research, but I highly doubt.
Right.
You're talking about the Home Depot ones?
Yeah. David said they're effective. How effective are the masks for actually preventing the coronavirus?
They said it's 95%, but it's called H95 or something, it means 85%.
How is that possible?
I got you the orange one with the thing. That one has the N95.
Does anyone know how to contract coronavirus though? Is it an airborne illness
I'm
to the
sure
mouth?
it's,
Yeah, someone sneezes on you. I don't know. I keep thinking of that game. Did you guys ever play that virus game back in the day where you'd try to start a virus? You'd name it and everything
I
too.
vaguely remember this.
Plague Inc.
is that what it was called?
I feel like they need to.
Is that like Dino Park Tycoon?
Yeah, you're a plague.
But
like
you start
you're
a
like
virus.
yeah, you're a virus.
Wait, how old are you?
30. Just turned 30.
Were
congrats.
You may. First of all, I did want to also tell you this. You're the first person I believe that outclouded the host of the show that we've had on the show. Is that not true?
What do you mean outclouded?
From a follower standpoint, is he the first one? He's got what 70? Shake this man's hand.
I think you should deflate the TikTok the
No.
follower
Oh,
count.
'cause they're not
like
real.
the ratio. Yeah, the lights. You should like do like a multiplier.
All right,
like-
how about this? You're the first person we've had on the show that has more followers on Instagram than
Hey,
him.
sure.
That might not be true.
That's not
That
true.
might not be
Is
true.
that how many do you have?
17.
No.
But
You
we have Bella Thorne on
Summer Rae.
his Summer Rae. Yeah.
You know, I think where it is though, still like right now, the game is YouTube. Like first, a creator.
YouTube is time and time again proved to be the strongest platform
After every platform,
Yeah.
and we'll see if that keeps going. But I have no reason to think it won't.
Bro, I was doing press for my last boxing fight, and a couple people were like, "So what do you say to the people who say YouTube is dying?" And I'm like, "Who the
Who's
fuck
saying that?
is-"
Yeah.
I said, "Who is? Are you saying that? Is that a question you just made up like that?"
You know, last year, the $15 billion was spent on
I
advertising.
saw that. Oh my God. How
I
much
saw
was that was
Jimmy
spent on
tweeted.
you?
Not even $1 billion of it.
Not even a billion.
But hopefully this year.
I was gonna tweet how much I earned last year from AdSense, and it was pennies compared to like a 2017, especially. But like, where's that money going? Because I'm
David Dobrik. No,
not
definitely
even
not
Da-
David Dobrik. Ryan's Toy Time.
Does he get all
Ryan's
the
Toy
AdSense?
Time. There's this channel, dude. The kids market on YouTube, even though the whole
Crazy.
Coco thing
Crazy.
didn't have an effect on them yet. The Coco. Have you heard of Coco Melon?
Well, let me see.
It is this.
Coco Melon.
My kids turned me on to it because they're 3 and 1.5. So we go to YouTube, and I sit with them so they don't watch some
Nursery
weird.
rhymes.
Yes,
Oh my God.
it's creepy.
Oh my
73
God.
million subscribers.
They're like the top. I think they're the top 10 or 15 channel on YouTube.
Bro, shut up. What do they
You've
do?
never heard of them, but look on their last day. They probably had a video come out a day ago. Let's just look at the views.
3 days ago, 8.9 million views. 8.9 million views.
36 million a week ago.
Zach, what is going on? What am I looking at?
So this channel is, to be fair, they have some cute animations. I think they need to diversify the cast of characters, but
Well, like racially and
well, yeah, it's just a white family, but they could have a whole bunch of shows. I mean, this channel, if it would be so fun to run because there's unlimited ideas you could do for this.
it's a cartoon.
It's a cartoon with like catchy songs that won't get out of your head. Like I'm still singing them.
that classroom
right
looks
now.
pretty diversified.
Yeah, no, the classroom. I'll give it to the teacher. I think she's like Hispanic. Or
And
something.
also, I mean, it's
Zach,
Once you have kids,
You'll get it.
learn about this
Yeah.
whole like deep interweb of kids shows. That do you guys remember the whole like Spider-Man and Elsa thing that came out like a couple years ago? There was this weird stuff that people were doing to get into kids content, but now like this is the more starting to see the positive side of that.
I want to watch
Oh
this
my God.
right now. Like I'm not.
That
I don't
song
have to.
did sound
That's
nice.
incredible.
Zach, what does the production on this look like? Is there a team of
I actually looked into it. I was like,
Okay.
who's making this? So
Yeah,
they're
help.
out of like Anaheim in Orange County, and they
How many
there's
people?
I think 25
gotta
animators.
be.
Like there's a lot of people,
And
yeah.
they're just cranking on AdSense. I mean, fucking like.
Well, yeah, like Social Blade, I feel like maybe a kid's channel does get really low rates of that, but still, if they're hitting the bottom number on Social Blade, it's insane.
Who is behind this? It's surely one person started this channel for God knows what reason.
I don't know. You guys need like an investigative reporting podcast alone.
No, we could do a documentary on it, like Flat Earth.
Yeah, seriously. Like, and then you become
13
an animator there and start your
13
own.
years ago, I'm just curious. 13 years ago, the ABC song was posted.
Let's see how this started.
Let's go over the alphabet one more time.
This is horrifying.
A, B, C, D, E, F, G.
H-I.
So it's just the alphabet.
Wait, I want to see where that goes.
And then it got 1 million or 2 views. I bet the creator was like, "This is cool. I can hire somebody to help me do this." I don't know. I'm making up the story, but I feel like they're what 13 years in. You said
That was posted 13
that's actually
years
they were
ago.
okay. I'll give it to them. They were ahead of their time. Like 13 years ago, I wouldn't have been thinking.
Well, I
of making
mean,
a
were
kids
they?
show.
I mean, look at this spinning circle.
I'll tell you why they were, dude. They were probably on this new platform called YouTube and were like, there's not a single alphabet
Wait,
song.
13 years ago was literally like was YouTube just that was the first year?
2006 is like the beginning.
Like they must have just went on the internet that day, said, "What's YouTube.com?"
When was YouTube founded? February 14th, 2005. This was posted
2006.
Like
Yeah.
literally, but it was founded in 2005. When did it launch?
When was YouTube launched?
14, 2005.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's fascinating.
Not even a year later.
so many different ways to succeed online. I mean, like you talk about TikTok giving everyone a platform. Like the internet in general has democratized and given everyone a chance to thrive.
What about you? Will you guys go back to TikTok? I saw you're on there, but you're not really active. What about Byte? What do you guys think about Byte?
We don't even have it. Somebody's been trying to sell me his account name on Byte. They keep messaging me.
Sell
I
it
got
to
the
you?
Logan
What,
Paul.
like they have Mike.
Are you
they
on
have-
Byte?
They got
Oh
Logan
yeah,
Paul,
just
yeah.
for fun. It's cool.
How many followers do you have on Byte?
22,000.
I thought he was going to say million.
So Byte's
22 billion. You never heard of it?
Byte was created by the same guys who
Dom
made
Hoffman.
Vine.
Yeah.
And I think that's the thing. Like you hear, it's that classic line on Shark Tank. They're like, "I don't care about the business. I back the creator." And the similar thing, though, I think like when I watch Dom, at least based on what he tweets and what he's made in the past, like he's got some good hits under his belt. I think he knows what he's doing. And you know what I like about him? He's creator first. So he's actually, they don't even have monetization, but yet he's opening a kind of like a way to get people monetized in a partner program, like way before.
No, he
Vine
sold.
kinda
He
missed out.
sold the first time. Obviously,
I don't know if he sold it. I don't know the
Didn't it say
backstory there.
Vine
but-
sold it? I thought Vine sold to Twitter.
It
at
did.
one point.
I don't know like his
It did, yes.
part in that, but
And then
I think
he's like, "Fuck it, I'll just do it again."
I think what's fun about Byte is like it's got a community of creators already, so it's not like they don't need to go viral. They're just building from this small seed of people who are starting to be like. Remember the early days of Vine, and it was like, "Oh, this is actually kind of funny. I'm gonna watch another one." Like
Yeah.
it has precedes of that. Like I can feel that. happening.
Okay.
It's got to be hard to be original on that platform because
It'll-
you're at the end of the day, you're just a biter,
You're a biter.
no matter what happens.
Dude, they used to say that about everything. Viner, Musically, it was like you're a musically
musicler.
star.
Muser
Was that what it was?
Muser
But
they
a
ended-
biter though.
Wait, biter?
They're like,
Hold
no,
on.
my shit's completely original. But yes, you are a biter though, right? No. I said I'm fucking original.
No, for that reason alone, I
Won't do it.
predict the demise of Byte.
A bitey.
I'm
There's nothing.
I'm a biter. I'm a bitey. I do bite.
There's nothing worse than being a. I'm sorry, than being a. Fucking TikToker. Like that is the late. That no, not actually doing it, but the naming, the nomenclature. It's
Yeah,
just fucking awful. Yeah. What do you do for a living, man? I'm an up and coming TikToker.
How do you describe what you do?
I say, well, it depends who I'm talking to.
Do you say
but-
young boss? I feel like you probably say
boss?
young boss.
I'm a young boss.
Don, bro.
No, I just say filmmaker's the easiest one, especially being in LA. Like people get it.
Facts.
I actually used to did not want to embrace the term magician back in the day because it was I didn't want to be rude to anyone that called themselves a magician because they literally put hours in their garage learning their tricks, and I can't do that. I try to do magic in private, and that is freaking hard to do and perfect. So I didn't for years want to call myself a magician. So the term I use now is like digital magician is coming to terms with it.
But even that, why and I empathize with you because it's even confusing for me. Is like when you're at the airport and like a kid comes up to you and takes a picture with you, and the old lady next to you is like, "So what do you do?" and you say digital magician.
Well, there I say YouTuber in that context.
Okay,
I'll
okay,
make YouTube
okay.
videos.
Okay, oh, you say in the
And then
context.
she's
okay.
like, oh, I have YouTube. Let me, what's your name now? What's your name?
Yeah,
Here,
exactly.
put it in for
Yes, yeah.
me. I take a selfie and it's pointed that way.
Yeah, and you can't really call yourself a digital magician either, because like we look at people like Julius Dean, who we've had on the show. He's like
he's
that's
incredible.
what he
Oh my
does.
God, he's
Right.
incredible.
Yeah, he's great. But this is insane fucking talent. This is not some shit that you bought at a magic store. Like, you call yourself a filmmaker, call yourself a
You can probably call yourself whatever you want.
yeah. I mean, at this point, you can call
Yeah,
yourself
I'm gonna call
a
myself
young,
a young boss
Yeah,
now.
Young boss.
Ryan, can we get cards printed Young Boss? Okay, get on that.
do a collab, a young boss merch
Hey,
drop.
how old are your kids?
3 and 1.5.
So you had one at 27?
I didn't have him, but we adopted him. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
nice.
So my
Nice.
wife and I did foster care for a couple years, and,
Oh, wow.
and we were able to adopt him. And then my second, Liam, is biological. So
That's crazy.
yeah, but
That's
we still
awesome.
we still for LA got started young. For
Was
sure.
there a reason,
Yeah, very.
out of curiosity, if you don't mind me asking, why you adopted them the first time, or is it just
It's just the way it worked out.
Yeah.
We were doing foster care, and you don't always. Usually, you're trying to reunify the parents
Sure.
and the kids, and you're not. It's not like I think foster care has some bad terms around. Like a lot of people have bad connotations with it. Like, oh, a lot of people want to foster to adopt, but that's not necessarily what the kids need. Like they're actually trying to reunify with most families. That's like LA County's goal, right?
Oh, okay.
So we just have like the need was there's kids who literally don't have beds at night, and we're like, let's open up. I felt bad. I lived in a home, and my wife and I were like, we have an extra bedroom, 2 bedrooms. We should do something with that. Like it's kind of, and so we opened our home, and it turns out it was a lot more work to raise kids. Than
I was about to say,
we
but
thought.
inadvertently you became parents.
Yeah, inadvertently.
did you
became
just take
parents.
a real liking to one of the kids?
Oh,
or was
like
it-
they're your own literally from day one. They become like your own kids, and they say too, like you want to attach to them like your own kids, or else they're not getting the proper. Like that's the love they're missing out on.
Is there parents in like an addiction loop or something? Like why
You know,
why are-
foster care. Like I won't talk about Mason's specific story, but most kids in foster care, there's drugs or alcohol involved, and part of it is like most. I can't remember the stat, but it's a high percent, over 50% of those kids in foster care, like their parents were in foster care, and their parent, like
It's a cycle.
It's a cycle they can't get out of, and so the goal for us fostering, even if we have a couple dozen kids in our home over the years, like will hopefully help be a way to break part of that cycle.
Nice.
Because it's a gnarly cycle. Like they just can't they don't know any better. I used to judge so many of these of homeless people that I met or foster care kids and be like, dude, you guys can like, in my head, I was thinking you can like turn your life around, but they can't, they don't have the tools. They've never been taught. They don't have the role models. They literally don't have the finances to do it.
network, nothing.
Yeah. And it's like, it's heartbreaking when you meet those people. So it was simple, but yeah, became parents like really young, and but I love it. Like I want to go back.
That's crazy.
Super
awesome.
super noble, dude. That's it's great to hear that there's people out here at this level that are doing seriously good work, because I think there's a lot of people out there who do.
It's like the opposite of every.
I was about to say, like you're pretty freaking pristine.
Yeah.
Like, have you ever made a mistake ever?
Oh yeah, a lot of mistakes. Yeah, my thing is like, I think it's more. I'm just live more private. Like I don't take the vlog camera into my home, and so I'm less prone to share the like. I'm a human. I make just as many mistakes as you guys do. It's like I didn't videotape them and put them out there. So that's my my saving grace probably.
Yeah. Also, the content that you create is so produced and like upscale.
Yeah.
That there's probably so many rounds of like revision and review on it between a team of people.
Oh,
that
it
if there
touches
was,
so many hands.
You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I obviously with him, you know, I mean, at least in the past, it was a 2-man show. It was him and the editor. And
Which
it,
there's
it was
something.
just like, yo,
there's
edit it.
something.
Oh, this is good to go. Puts it out, and 50 million people.
There's
watch
something
it, you know?
special about that though, because you can iterate so quickly and you can make so much and get
Oh,
to the
yeah.
heart of it so fast.
Yep.
There's a scene in Ford versus Ferrari in that new, I think it was nominated for an Oscar.
Yep.
And there's a scene when he walks up to meet Mr. Ford II, and he's like, I'll tell you why your cars suck. Because the folder that you're looking at now was touched by 8 people in your office alone, let alone probably like 100 lawyers before it. And so he's not able to like iterate and create something fresh.
Slows
and
down.
like, it's great. Reviews are great, right? Like there's a time and place for it. But I think brands who play it too safe, like I was just reading that some film studios still aren't on TikTok and they're taking their time, which is fair. I get it, when you're a publicly traded stock, you got to be careful.
Everything takes
But
time.
at the same time, like they're missing out on some fun, creative, and tons of free promo that they could be getting for their movies.
They could be getting billions of views.
But yeah, like
20 billion views.
You know, the bigger you get, I guess, the more stops you have to
Well,
have.
and it's also once you get the target. You know what I'm saying? I mean, once you make that first mistake and they mark you,
Yeah.
then you need that review process, obviously.
Sure.
How often are you going back and forth when you are hired to do promo for a brand on notes for any particular video?
It totally depends. You know, if it's a higher production value thing, it's a couple. It might be a month of notes back and forth, but it's like what, 4 or 5 rounds at most.
Yeah, that still seems like, I would assume with something as specific and strategic as what you're doing, like I would imagine you give like fully thought out storyboards to the
That's
brand.
the thing. That's where the notes need to happen for any collaboration.
Okay,
You gotta get it right in the planning
Yeah,
stage.
you storyboard shot for sure. Like literally, this is how big your product's going to be in the
Yes,
frame.
yep.
It's going to be a vertical frame. It's going to be, and this is the caption. This is the hashtags and tags.
Okay.
And so yeah, the idea is most of the feedback rounds happen before, but you never can.
It's never perfect. I was the guy you met with back in the day. So I was the guy on the brand marketing team that you
with
sat
Lovesack,
with.
right?
Yeah.
Cool.
And I would say, and even with the Travis Pastrana thing that you did with the slingshot, I mean, we sat and we storyboarded and we thought it out. And you do the quality of the project is usually based on how much planning and strategic work goes in on the front end. You know, and also if you do a good job on the front end, it takes a shitload of time out of the review process. You have to be very specific with what you want, and you have to give the right guidance on the front end, and you usually get a pretty close.
Yeah, you're talking about the Polaris out there.
The slingshot.
Was that part?
No.
Why did you work with Polaris?
No, but
No,
I
said
have. Is that your
slingshot.
trike?
Yeah.
I have a trike, but it's different.
What
Vanderhall. Have you heard of it?
No, what?
So I was going between Polaris and then I found what I really wanted was this out of the UK, like the Morgan 3-wheeler, and it was too expensive to ship over. I was just like, no, I'm not gonna do that. But I looked at the Vanderhall.
This is what you have?
You gotta look, yeah, dude. If you're into trikes,
Wait, I really am. I really like my
That's like a
slingshot.
Bugatti.
look into
Dude.
the. I just like the vintage look of it.
It's
dude.
so sick. I didn't know this existed.
Oh, it rides. I don't know. I think it rides lower than the trike out there. But
Does this have a top?
there's a version. I don't think it looks the best, but it there. See the bottom left there. There's the top.
Whoa.
That's look. I feel like it's a little too. I don't know.
It's like a vehicle from Minority Report. Remember
Yes.
with Tom Cruise?
Yes.
Or like some.
But yeah, just go topless there. There's a
Dude, this is
speedster. That's a
sick.
solo
This
rider.
is sick. How much was this?
30. You can get it out of LA for 30.
Mine was 30 too.
Yeah.
That's cool, man. Yeah, I don't know about the top.
Don't go for the top. It's
Yeah.
you don't need the top. I don't think you'd fit. You'd probably be ducking down.
Yo, it's dangerous though. Like you're not going crazy on it, right?
Are you scared driving yours? I'm terrified.
Yeah,
driving
terrified.
mine. I'll be on the 405 and I'll just be like, not the speed or anything or the handling. It's literally just cars. Like I don't. They don't see me.
Yep,
I literally. That's my fear.
You wear a helmet?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, depends where, but
Yeah. You have to legally by law.
Yeah.
Really?
it's an auto
technically
cycle,
A bike.
but like motorcycle. But apparently they might change that in the next couple of years.
Look at that.
To remove it.
Yeah.
I haven't worn a helmet once in this thing.
Yeah.
Not one time.
Look at that Bentley one at the bottom. It's got fucking 22s on it.
Have you been pulled over though? Because you'll get a $200 ticket per person that are not wearing a helmet. I got one.
You
on
did?
Because I live on the PCH, and it's like they patrol my section pretty heavily on that rule. So I wear helmets when I'm on the PCH.
Okay.
But that's the one I wanted.
I was about to say, this is the
Morgan.
sickest thing.
That's the Morgan.
Is that what this is?
If you want that, just get it out of the UK. They'll ship it over.
Damn.
Is that a
Just get a trike collection going. This one is sick.
is that a machine gun that shoots backwards coming out the back there? It's incredible.
Yeah, they used it in World War II.
James
They're
Bond.
driving away. It's just shooting behind them.
looks like it. Where's the back wheel on that thing? It looks like it's just
It looks like the Indiana Jones thing, huh?
Yeah.
Like the little motorcycle.
like a big rock's gonna start rolling down a hill at you.
So I don't usually ask guests this before we close off, because I don't know if I care that much all the time, but I really do care. Like, what is next for you, and not just like in the next year. I'm really interested to know what you plan on doing 5-10 years down the line.
Yeah. my goal is creating the culture around me of other creators who like, that's where I get inspired by. If I can work around, like I'm introverted, so I'll usually stay in my office and work with a small team of people that I closely work with. But if I could help other creators, not just YouTube or internet creators, just filmmakers or artists, get their thing going. I feel like the thing I love about LA is it produces some great artists. The thing I hate is the politics and the process to get through it. And I always wonder, is it that 15, 20 year grind in LA that makes great filmmakers, or is it actually like, could you give some of those people a head start earlier? Because they kind of, I don't know, are they missing out on 20 years of creating at the fullest level, or did they actually need that to get there? I don't know. But it'd be awesome to greenlight creators a little younger. And I don't know the monetization behind that, but one of the ways would be just giving them free rent or space. So someday in the next warehouse build, give a space where you can incubate creators, and not even like saying, hey, I'm going to take a cut of what you're doing, to just like want to help you get off the ground, whether it's musicians or maybe it is a YouTuber, maybe it is a resident artist or something.
How do you monetize if you know?
That's what I haven't figured out yet. Like maybe that's a dream path that will never, maybe that's philanthropic.
Sponsors are a good way. So you can bring in sponsorships.
So having our ad team help find this unknown person who could never get an ad by themselves, and maybe packaging it is kind of how they license.
You bring people to like you could get a main sponsor for the house itself, and so every video that you do has background sponsorship and that kind of stuff.
Totally, and that's the way to do it. But
that's
right now,
what they do in music. So when they have up and coming music creators, they'll have like the Bose house, and every musician they bring in as they're an upstart, hey, presented by Bose in the start of all their videos, and that's how Bose gets its side of it.
Yeah, so setting up just a really creative culture in a building and a studio, and then for myself, eventually longer form stories. I think that's where I'm going, but you also never know. Like if you asked me 10 years ago when I was just starting YouTube, I wouldn't have said I would be here doing this. It would have been in LA doing directing, probably a lot of commercials, but then trying to get up to that, whatever that executive producer, director role is. Never would have saw the internet happening. So I mean, I feel like I also feel like I'm going backwards when I'm going into LA stuff. Like there's a part of me where I'm like,
it's a credibility.
Like when you talk about the feedback rounds, I'm like, I know that there's a lot in commercials, but then I hear the movie feedback rounds. Unless you're the top guy and you can walk on and you're Ron Howard and you just say the shots. If you're just a nobody director, you listen to the executive producers and whatever notes they give, you're pretty much giving them.
Do you ever see yourself or your channel becoming like Zach King and Co, and then you're no longer in front of the camera and it's just insane magic stuff?
Yeah, I could see that. I could see whether it's be featuring different people. I think there will be a time when we like start introducing other magical characters or just people who go on camera and start doing that. Yeah, totally. It'd be fun to either take it fictional and make like a Netflix show out of it, where you actually have these characters with specific like make it more of a story. But in terms of social media, we could definitely, you got to find someone who's passionate about it though. You can't be like, hey, you're going to be the next IW, the next magic guy and take out War Gal and you now have the throne. But I feel like you got to find, there's actually some like fans around the world who are like, they recreate this stuff for their careers too. And I'd love to pass it to some of them. I think that'd be awesome.
Cool. Very cool. Well, yo, Zach, thanks for coming on, bro.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Of course. I would tell you guys to go follow him on Instagram, but you
already are.
You might already.
All right, very cool. Thank you guys for listening to this episode of Impaulsive. I think that's it. Mike, any closing notes from
nothing?
Awesome
episode.
awesome episode. Hit that subscribe button. We'll see you next time. Take it easy. Peace.